Hi there, Sam Sorbo here for the Accidental Homeschooler. That's you. That's really all of us now because we're not doing it the same as we used to because we're all under this tremendous pressure and this lockdown. And so I'm just trying to give you some words of encouragement during this time. I've suspended my live YouTube videos because frankly, it's just easier to do this. And I've been promoting coronavirushomeschooling.com so much. I'm doing like 12 or more interviews a day. And so I just needed to take that off my plate. And so I'm just going to talk to you right now in a pre-recorded video. So I thought this week for some of these I would just do answers to some of the comments that I'm receiving. I did a live video on Facebook over the weekend on Saturday, and I got a comment that goes like this. The resistance of parents to educate in the home has highlighted our indifference to securing the intellectual development of our children. And so I wanted to unpack that for just a minute. We'll be brief here. First of all, do you think that's correct? Do you think that parents have somehow become indifferent to securing their children's intellectual development? It sounds really condemning. I mean, it sounds really bad. And I think that it belies a different mechanism that's happening. I don't think that it's just that they've become indifferent. That sounds like they purposely are like, who cares? Just send them to school, you know. And I don't think that that's what's happened. I think that they've been educated out of it. I think parents are very interested in status quo and seeing their children get ahead. So anything that sort of can maybe beat the status quo or at least keep them involved in the status quo. And of course the gods of our time, right? So money and power and degrees, praise, titles, all of that, I think those things have become a distraction. And we've been taught that if you go to school, I mean, I was taught, go to school, get a degree, get a good career, and then maybe get married, and then maybe have children. Children was number 5. And I don't think that I'm that different from most people. And we moved to a better school system when I was a kid because my mother was disappointed in the one where we were and that kind of thing. And she was involved. Like she wasn't involved in the school so much, but she was involved in making sure that we got an education. And she was more involved, I think, with my older siblings than she was with me in terms of making sure we got an education. But he goes on to say the problem is not in the schools, it's in the failed leadership at home. Well, I think that we've been educated away from leadership. And let me say again, not blaming teachers here at all. Haven't even brought up teachers, so we're not talking about teachers. I'm talking about the system. I think maybe the system is teaching us things that it's not telling us it's teaching us, and that are things that actually go against what's best for us. Because I think the system has also become convinced that it is fantastic. And so everybody should just abide by the system and go through the system and college prep and career readiness. But the truth is coming out. The truth is belying this whole sort of how we've been indoctrinated to think. So I think that that's really the main message is we need to reevaluate our definition of education and also rethink what our highest aspirations are for our children. So if college prep and career readiness is your highest aspiration for your child, then public school is the place for you because that's what they say they are about. And it sort of bears it out. They're very focused on where children get into college. And making sure that they mentor them on the way to get them into college. But if your highest aspiration for your child is more in tune with who they become as a person, then, well, then coronavirus homeschooling, or coronavirushomeschooling.com. Coronavirus homeschooling might be just your ticket to a better way of life. So I'll leave it at that. And then I wanted to leave every day this week with just a short tip for your homeschool, because you are in the thick of it now. Love comes first. Think about that. And if you get stuck, and if it gets hard, and if it's frustrating, and if you're struggling, put it aside, because love comes first. And then you can go back to it with a different heart, with a changed attitude. So put it aside and take a moment to love your kids. Okay? All right. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, please, to my YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, you can go to samsorbo.com. You can email me there. I'm happy to take questions. I'm excited for you to be on this journey, even if it's a journey that you didn't want to take. Because ultimately, I think you will learn and grow from it, regardless of how it ends up in the end. We tend to grow through adversity. So, thank you for joining me. On Thursday night, I will be participating in 2 online home education forums, and I will be posting those on my Facebook page. So if you would be so kind as to go to my official Sam Sorbo Facebook page, I will be posting the when and the where for the online homeschool. One is put on by the Old Schoolhouse, which is a publication for homeschoolers that's been around for a long time. And the other one is being done by the Moms March people. And so that will be posted up on Facebook as soon as I get the details this week. So, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again tomorrow.